Hello everybody, it is Emery48 here and welcome back to another Marvel Monday. Today we're going over Daredevil Season 2. And I feel like I gotta say this right up front, off the get-go. I enjoyed Season 2. Daredevil is a really cool show. I liked it. Daredevil, the character, is a bit of a douche. He got real annoying in this season. I liked the side characters a lot. Punisher, Foggy, Karen was alright. Elektra was really cool. Styx, a fun person, I guess. Bit odd, but fun. Yeah. That off the beginning. Now into the actual episodes. Episode 1, Bang. Leaders of the Irish Mafia get killed. I was really excited when this Irish Mafia scene, by the way, was happening. I thought the Irish Mafia was going to be our villain and we were going to be involved with them a lot, but they just kind of died. Nelson and Murdoch are working with the only surviving Irishman. Mexican cartel has also been taken out. A biker gang, which I don't remember the name, Dogs of Hell? Maybe? Has also been attacked by a new paramilitary group. It is not a group, it is one man, which is terrifying because it was very clinical. Daredevil confronted him on the episode ended with Daredevil falling off a roof as the man shot at him. Karen escaped the hospital with the Irishman as the supposed villain of the season came to finish the job. And I didn't really believe that he was going to be the villain because the name Punisher is the name of a show in the future. But he was more of a villain than I was expecting. Episode 2, Dogs to a Gunfight. Foggy found Matt on a roof, shot. If his helmet saved him, Foggy wants Matt to stop or he'll likely die. Police call new vigilante devil worshippers because there are copycats. But this one kills, which is not the Daredevil way. Matt is concussed or deaf. And the nickname of the new person is the Punisher. Matt gets his hearing back. Daredevil finds the Punisher's apartment while the Punisher is taking out more of the biker gang. Daredevil vs. Punisher 2. Irishman escapes. Daredevil and Punisher are gone. Episode 3, New York's Finest. Daredevil has been captured by Punisher. Daredevil and Punisher argue about purpose. Punisher kills Grotto, the Irishman, in front of Daredevil. Daredevil incapacitates Punisher. Daredevil vs. Biker Gang. Epic fight in a stairwell and hallways of apartment building, which was really cool. One of, early on, for the first couple episodes, definitely the best fight scene so far. But it very likely will get topped, and it definitely does get topped later in the season. Karen found a picture with a bullet in the skull from Punisher's file. Ominous. Episode 4, Penny and a Dime. Irish mob boss comes from Ireland, takes control of the Irish Mafia. The Irish kidnapped Punisher's dog, which I guess they haven't watched. Well, I can't even think of the movie now. Taking people's dogs normally doesn't go well for you. Especially when the guy's named the Punisher. Probably shouldn't do that. The Irish capture Punisher. He killed a few before being taken. Karen breaks into Punisher's home, finds out about his dead family, wife, and 2 kids. Irish torture Punisher, but he breaks out with the help of Daredevil. Punisher killed the Irish mob boss. Punisher spills his life story to Daredevil. His family was killed the day after he came back from war. Daredevil turns Punisher to the police, and Punisher agreed, which was surprising. I didn't see that coming. Karen and Matt kiss. She kind of floats back and forth. One episode, it's like, well, not one episode, it's a couple episodes back to back, but it felt like she was going Foggy's way, and then now it's Matt's way. It's, which way are we going to pick? Some brunette is waiting for Matt in his apartment, and they definitely know each other. But that's how the episode ends. So we're on to episode 5, Kinbaku. Matt and Karen go on a date. Elektra, the brunette, is Matt's ex. She wants his help as Daredevil against the Yakuza, who she pissed off. Karen is investigating more into Punisher and his background being covered up by the DA, who is not very pleased with Nelson and Murdoch. Elektra and Matt broke up because she wanted him to kill the man that had Matt's dad killed. She captured the man. Matt beat him up, but wouldn't kill him, turning him into the police. Episode 6, Regrets Only. Daredevil and Elektra defeat the squad of Yakuza. They get breakfast together the next day. Nelson and Murdoch represent Frank Castle, the Punisher. Foggy was opposed to taking this case. Matt and Elektra steal the Yakuza's invoices. Foggy works on a deal, but Frank pleads not guilty, forcing a trial. Frank and Karen spoke about his family. Foggy thinks Karen convinced Frank to not take the plea, whether on purpose or on accident. Episode 7, Semper Fidelis. I don't feel like I said that right, but Foggy and Karen work on the Frank case. Daredevil and Elektra fight the Yakuza. Matt stitches her up after. Matt missed the start of the trial, including Foggy's very well done opening statements. He was supposed to do the opening statement, but Foggy had to do it instead, and nailed it. He is very disappointed with Matt. Karen and Matt work on the case in his apartment until she says his vengeance may be right, talking about Frank. And Matt kind of sends her home after that statement. Elektra threatened the medical examiner witness to tell the truth. He said he falsified the Punisher's family's death certificates. Matt tells Foggy about Elektra and what he's been up to. Foggy is pissed at Matt. Matt did not tell Karen. Daredevil confronts Elektra and they fight more Yakuza. They were guarding a building with a really, really deep hole in the foundation. Frankly, still don't really understand what they're doing with that big hole. I don't think that ever gets explained in this season anyway. Episode 8, Guilty as Sin. Daredevil and Elektra fight the Yakuza over the pit. Elektra gets stabbed. Stick saves them from death. The blades were poisoned. Stick saved her in Matt's apartment. Stick already knew Elektra, which was a big twist. Didn't see that coming. That's one thing I will say about this season of Daredevil. I think the first season was definitely better, but this one had a lot of things happen that I just didn't see coming. Foggy has Matt take a day away from court, even though he's kind of barely been there as it is. They interviewed Frank's colonel, who was there the day Frank earned his medal. Elektra is working for Stick in the war against the Japanese group called the Hand. Karen convinces Frank to take the stand. Karen sees Elektra and Stick in Matt's apartment, including Elektra in Matt's bed. Frank freaks out on the stand, says he could do it again. Someone got Frank. Foggy is pissed at Matt. Karen breaks up with Matt. Elektra kicks out Stick and stops working with him. Which this for me is like, Matt said he didn't want Elektra around because she would ruin his life. He then accepted her being around, let her ruin his life, and then also kicked her out. It's like, well, you kind of already picked which side you were on here. Because then he doesn't even go and try and get his friends back after that. It was like, you just ate it. I don't know. Matt gets shot with an arrow by a kid from the Hand. Elektra kills him. I think Matt has a heart attack or something. I don't know. He passes out. Frank gets put into jail where he meets Fisk. Again, wasn't expecting to see Fisk. I don't know why. I knew he was in jail, but for whatever reason, I didn't think he'd be there. Episode 9, Minutes in Heaven. Elektra healed Matt and brought in a cleaning crew. Matt breaks it off with Elektra. Fisk is turning Punisher against the kingpin of the prison, who he says orchestrated the deal that got his family killed. Fisk gave Punisher a shiv. Frank doesn't want to work with Fisk long term. Foggy confronted Matt. He told him to close the firm and start over somewhere else without him getting in the way. Foggy tells Karen that Nelson and Murdoch is likely over. Karen is working for the New York Bulletin Frank goes after Dutton. The John Doe was an undercover cop. Dutton told Frank the blacksmith organized the deal. Frank killed Dutton. Fisk keeps Frank trapped in the cell block with Dutton's allies. Frank kills them all and is taken out by SWAT guards. This, by far, was the best fight scene in the season. It was epic. Frank is terrifying, but very good at what he does. Daredevil confronts the Hand. The bulletin gives Karen Ben's office. Frank and Fisk fight. Fisk wants Frank to find and kill the blacksmith so the city will be his when he is let out. Daredevil found children in cages, blood being put into a tub. Fisk visits Dutton, who will die shortly because of too much blood in the lungs. Frank is let out of prison. Nobu is back and beats up Daredevil, taking some sarcophagus thing down an elevator. Whole lot of stuff going on with that. That's very odd. Apparently the Hand can't die, so Nobu, who died in season 1, is alive. Episode 10, The Man in the Box. The police find the Hand's child farm. Claire is going to take care of the victims at her hospital discreetly and apparently didn't get much permission from the hospital. Matt finds out Frank escaped. Foggy, Matt, and Karen get called in by the DA for info. Matt realized Frank was put on Fisk's cell block. Frank kills the DA and Foggy, allegedly. And Foggy gets hit by a stray bullet. She had authorized the sting operation that got his family killed. Matt visits Wilson, who beats up Matt while the guards stand by. The medical examiner has also been killed in Punisher style. Frank meets Karen, tells her it was not him that killed the DA or the ME. Karen's apartment gets shot up, but they escape. In the same style that the other two people had just gotten killed in, kind of essentially proving that it's not Punisher, but she can't really tell anybody that. Elektra killed the assassin Stick sent after her. The Hand have arrived at the hospital. Daredevil is there. Foggy is also being treated there. The victims killed one of their dads, an accountant for the Hand that had betrayed the Hand and is awaiting the Hand's agents to come to them. They seem rather eager to go back to the Hand. Episode 11, 380. The Hand take the victims after a fight with Daredevil. Karen is working with Frank to kill the blacksmith. I don't know if that's what I meant to say, but that's what I wrote. I don't think she wanted to kill the blacksmith necessarily. Gao is back, Madame Gao. Frank uses Karen as bait in a diner. Daredevil gets some info on blacksmith from Gao. Frank got more detailed location from the men he killed. The hospital want to cover up the attack and death of a nurse because they received a large anonymous donation. Claire quits, not wanting to be involved in the cover-up. Daredevil stops Frank from killing someone under the blacksmith. They fight. Reinforcements arrive and Frank recognized the leader's voice, guessing at this point it's someone he served with. Elektra kills 2 more of Stick's agents outside his facility before dying. One of the agents drives to Matt's apartment and warns him that Elektra has found and plans on killing Stick. Episode 12, The Dark at the End of the Tunnel. Daredevil breaks up Stick and Elektra's fight. The Hand break that up and kidnap Stick. Daredevil wants to find and save Stick. Elektra wants to find and kill Stick. Frank's former colonel is the blacksmith. Another twist in this season. The guy he recognized served with him and the blacksmith and is now working for the blacksmith, or was working before Frank killed him. Daredevil saves Stick in the tunnels. Elektra stops them. Nobu and the Hand come in. Elektra is the Black Sky, the main weapon / leader of the Hand. Frank kills the blacksmith after Karen pleaded with him not to. Frank finds a fully decked out weapons room. Matt convinces Elektra to not join the Hand and save Stick. Nobu dies again, but wakes up shortly after. Episode 13, A Cold Day in Hell's Kitchen. Matt and Elektra agree to work together to take down Nobu. Foggy meets with Hogarth. Cool to see her. She offers him partner at her firm. Frank goes home. Brett the cop got roughed up by the Hand and was asked for files on Daredevil. The Hand knows everyone Daredevil ever saved. They have started kidnapping them, including Karen. They killed one for talking back. One is under house arrest and turned his tracker on, which he had disabled. So, great house arrest. To kill the... so the cops could find him. They killed the first two cops that came to check on house arrest, but they were able to alert for backup. Matt heard the radio call and knows where they are. Daredevil frees the surviving people that were kidnapped. Daredevil and Elektra fight the Hand. Brett and more police are waiting outside. Foggy has arrived too. Matt pledges himself to Elektra if they survive their last stand against close to 100 Hand ninjas and Nobu. Daredevil's mask gets knocked off, and nobody really seems to care. I mean, he's not fighting with Fisk here, so I think Fisk would be the one that would care. Nobu stabs Elektra because she got in the way of the stab meant for Daredevil. She dies, but says this is not the end, which is rather ominous considering what the Hand can do with not dying. Nobu leaves, knowing they failed. Frank helps Matt stop Nobu from escaping. Nobu dies again. Big shock. Nobu wakes up. Stick stabs his heart and slits his throat. Nobu yet again dies, and at least for now, we haven't seen him get back up, so maybe he's actually fully dead. Frank burns his house down, which I was not expecting to happen. Karen writes the Frank Castle story. Matt tells Karen he is Daredevil. Elektra gets dug up by the Hand and put in the sarcophagus thing. So I'm very intrigued to see where Season 3 of Daredevil takes us. Even if another season of Jessica Jones or Luke Cage could involve Foggy or any of these characters, I feel like there's an overlap here. I mean, there's the Defenders show too, which is coming up rather shortly. I enjoyed the season. It was not better than the first season, and it's not going to move Daredevil up or down at all in our ranking. Daredevil is going to stay in a pretty power position in terms of shows. Let me just double check exactly where that is. I have it currently in second behind Agent Carter, and I'm fairly happy with that. I think this was a good season. Maybe after season 3, it will be able to move up into the top show for Marvel. But at the very least, definitely the best Marvel Netflix show so far. That's all I have for Daredevil Season 2. Let me know your thoughts on the show down below in the comments. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.